Anyone whose goal is something higher must expect someday to suffer vertigo. What is vertigo? Fear of falling? No. Vertigo is something other than fear of falling. It is the voice of the emptiness below us, which tempts and lures us. It is the desire to fall, against which, terrified, we defend ourselves. It's a quote by Milan Kundera out of the amazing book, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. Welcome to episode 26. I'm Janine, and this is Quest for You. When you are stuck, do you have that idea for a project, a business, a hobby? Do you want to start something new, do something different, try a new approach? Do you want to initiate change, a new habit, a different schedule, a routine? Do you want to learn something new, develop your skill set, master a task, complete a goal, become better at something, become the best? Do you want to end something, complete it, move on, out and away? Is there something deep inside that is calling you? You can't quite define it. You only know a few elements, but you don't have the entire picture yet. Or are you super clear, convinced of the success of your idea, pumped up and ready to go? But you just feel like something is holding you back. Every time you want to start, continue, close the loop, tie up loose ends, sometimes right at the very moment when you sit down, something comes up. The phone rings with something urgent you need to attend to. Work is suddenly extremely busy. Your best friend is getting married and you need to help out. Or you simply cannot find the strength to get it done. You suddenly get sick or feel completely demotivated. You cannot focus. Or you're afraid and you doubt yourself. All these overwhelming emotions and that loud voice that it's all a complete waste of time anyways. Has this happened to you? That out of nowhere all these obstacles creep up, real or imagined. Even after you summoned all the willpower in the world, even after you cleared your weekend, or took a week off from work, canceled the date, the party, the day in the wine country. Let me tell you, it happens to everyone. Milan Kundera calls it emptiness. Stephen Pressfield calls it resistance. You may call it procrastination. I sometimes call it overthinking, because thinking too much holds me back from doing. It is all and it's everything. It's fear, it's self-doubt, it's worry, it's lack of self-confidence, perceived or actual time constraints. It's amazing to me, truly. All the things in the world that I need to get done actually get done before I can sit down and relax over my actual task that I made the time for in the first place. The house is spanking clean, the laundry done, food in the fridge. All these menial tasks that I normally struggle to get completed, get done with the utmost efficiency. Because in the back of my mind, there it is. My project, my dream, the thing that I'm burning to start. The thing that I really want to continue and want to complete. But when I finally sit down to do the work, I'm either too exhausted or it's too late in the evening. I lost the day doing stuff, useless stuff. But I didn't just sit around, I had stuff to do. That's my voice telling me and justifying that I was truly busy. Sometimes I start and suddenly I remember that I'm running low on vitamins. So I hop over to Amazon, only quickly, so I think, and 30 minutes later I'm reading consumer reviews on moringa powder. Or I start texting a friend. Only one message. Yeah, right. 15 minutes later we're shooting messages back and forth, knee-deep in a heated argument. You're smiling now, I know it. I know I'm not the only one. It happens to everyone and in different ways. We do the things that are safe. We do what we know, what's comfortable. And we avoid the one thing that we are so doubtful over, so fearful, so maybe even ashamed at times. Why? Because it's risky. It's not the normal. It's outside of our comfort zone. It's challenging and it's unclear and it makes us nervous. It requires work, effort, an uncommon approach. And unfortunately, many times, we never get started. Or we never finish. The dream gets pushed aside. How long can you push it aside? Well, forever, I guess. And the longer you push it aside, the harder it will be to start. The small interferences today will be the big ones next year. This year, it's a date that you may have to forego. But next year, you could be planning a wedding that you cannot put off. This year, you can be saying no to happy hour after work. But next year, you cannot cancel an important business dinner with clients. This year, you can back out of a group camping trip to work on your project. But next year, you may be planning a 3-week vacation with your partner that would not be a good idea to cancel. Time is finite, and the longer you wait and put things off, the harder it may get to get started. And while you put it off, your dream slowly moves into the background. And a gnawing unhappiness takes hold of you. Unhappiness, frustration with yourself, maybe even anger. And along with that comes the dangerous feeling of resignation. Resigning to the circumstances. Resigning to, it's just not possible. Resigning to time that doesn't seem to make itself available. Resigning to all the negative thoughts that tell you that it wasn't going to work anyway. I say, don't let yourself get there. Don't allow it. Because you're potentially missing your true calling. And yes, I believe everyone has at least one thing they can turn into something amazing. As you move toward a dream, the dream moves toward you. This is Julia Cameron, and I had to put this in here. Because in this quote lies the answer to everything we just talked about. The answer is move. It's the answer to almost anything in life. In order to get from here to there, you need to move. Once you realize you're stuck, once you notice you cannot get the thing done, that's when you need to move. And what does that mean? Well, it means to sit your butt down, or maybe get it up, and do the work. Get started. Everything else is an excuse. And if you continue to pay more attention to the excuses than to your project, the excuses will always win. Keep that in mind. You think you need to lose 10 pounds first before you can start so you look better? You believe another yoga or meditation retreat is needed to prepare you and ensure you're truly ready? Just one more party with your friends, or one more cookie, or one more trip to the mall. Congratulations, because you're officially on the road to not getting anything done. You are on the road of consumerism. Another product, another class, another weekend of feeling good. You are consuming and not creating. Get out of that hamster wheel and start. Here's how you start. 4 things I have identified that you have to do. They're very easy, but do them, and promise you will. 1, become selfish. Yes, even more than you already are. This is your dream, your goal. You need to be. Your friends and your family will have to wait. Yes, even the people that always need you. I know, it feels good to be needed, and it also makes for a great excuse. But it won't carry you forward. You come first. Say no to everything else, even if it's for a good purpose. It is okay for a while. It truly is. Selfish means making your project a priority. I realize you have obligations. Family, children maybe, homework. Do your stuff, but your free time needs to be carefully managed by you. Use the second step to help you, and that is isolation. This is a tough one, but it's necessary. Nobody said it would be easy, but no dream was ever accomplished while you hang at the beach sipping Coronas all day with your buddies. Isolate yourself from everything that causes distraction. The distractions are different for everyone. It could be a place that you need to stay away from, or a person. Maybe it's food, alcohol. Maybe you need to turn the internet off, disconnect the TV. Whatever you need to do, but isolate yourself. This is very critical. Find a place you can work. For some it's the coffee shop. For me it's at home. No noise, no distraction. Isolation includes clearing your calendar. If I could work only part-time and spend more time on my project, then I would. So consider all the options. I don't know what your schedule looks like, but take a close look at it and see what you can do. Can you still have fun here or there? Sure you can, but proceed with caution. If things get out of hand for me, with too many social engagements, I quickly back away and decline. Pick carefully, but you can't pick everything. I sometimes get really creative and start looking at conferences. But I always rein it back in with the question, does this really serve my purpose? And usually the answer is no. And along with isolation, I recommend, depending on what you are pursuing, is to keep quiet about it. The more you share, the more attention you get, and this only builds pressure for you. So keep it for yourself as long as you can, especially when you're still working out the details, developing your plan. We are often under the impression that we need the help from everyone. Yes, but not in the development phase. You have what it takes, and you know that. Seeking help is a form of distraction. It's another excuse for not getting it done yourself. Like the many times you didn't study for a test because you knew your friend would let you peek over her paper. When you're done and you present your work, go for it. Call everyone. But while you're working on it, focus. Number 3, think now. Don't plan anymore. You have planned long enough. Start right now. Work on it every single day. No if or but. You go to work or to school every day, right? Yes, because you don't want to be fired. You have to treat your dream and project the same. You won't get fired, but it won't get done otherwise. Even if it's only 30 minutes every day. But the more regular you get, the better. Set aside a time and sit down, just like you do at work, and work on it. And like my grandfather always said, work now and enjoy later. That brings me to the last one. Think long term. I know, I just said think now. This is different. Now is for getting it done. Long term is for staying motivated, for when things get tough, when people are out and having fun like they do right now. As I was preparing for this show, I heard the 4th of July fireworks in the distance. This is a good test of how strong you feel about your project. Right about now you know. Based on where would you rather be? A little sadness, a little FOMO is okay. But if you're miserable with your work, maybe you're on the wrong track. So make sure you think about long term. If this is burning in your heart, then the fire will keep you going. Because the mere thought of the end result, the smiles on people's faces, the accolades, the freedom it will give you, the way it will make other people feel happy, how it will connect with other processes, how things will flow, and so on, whatever your project does and will do, this is your vision, and therein lies your strength. So, get started. Sit down and start. Don't overthink. You are scared. You are afraid. Good. Get started. Fear is best worked away. Before you know it, your project is halfway done. It's 3 a.m. and you worked away, lost track of time. And that's when you know you're in flow. So go for it with all your passion and determination. And all my best to you with this. Much love. See you next time.